Mangalacharan Om Timirandasya Dhyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Ye Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Rupatakalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagjatam Sagar Raghutam Tam Sarigam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pajan Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagar Lalita Shri Shakan Vitamsha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छ कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुमेव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna everyone. So we'll start the second part of chapter 17 in this austerities of the we have discussed what kind of food one is having, what kind of the faith is one is having. So the faith is divided, in various modes. Similarly, in the austerity and the penances, we will discuss in section D part 17, 114, 19. Very short shlokas are left till 24 it is. The austerity of the body, speech, and mind. Right? What kind of body language one is acquiring? What kind of speech one is saying? Unless a fool, unless one speaks, he cannot be called intelligent or a fool. Right? One speaks, so then only one can see that how he is intelligent or how he is a fool. So it is necessary. What is in the mind? That is also necessary because if we are doing, you're doing meditation, our mind is dwelling here and there. Then into mode of passion or ignorance, right? If we are into the mode of goodness, our mind should be into the into the meditation on the Shams and the Krishna, right? The body, speech, and mind. Right. So worship of the Supreme Lord is, Brahmans, the spiritual master superior is like father and mother, cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and normal. That's cleanliness from the internal and from the outside also, right? From the internal by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Simplicity, the dealings with the devotees, devotees quality is always the dealing should be very simple, very straightforward, right? Nothing more. Celibacy should be practiced. The grahastha should also practice the celibacy, right? Non-violence, right? Meaning whatever you are doing, try to with someone. Basically, if you are practicing non-violence, it's basically you are trying him to elevate to the higher levels up to the try to elevate someone to the bringing someone to close to Krishna, basically, right? So that is basically practicing non-violence, right? Not just stopping just killing, right? That will not suffice, right? So that is a definition of sadhu, right? He worships the supreme lord, worship brahmanas, he worships supreme spiritual masters, they worship the superior, the superior, the ISKCON superiors, father and mother, like the speech should be speaking truthful words. What truthful words will come from the Vedic injunctions, right? If we speak that is from the Vedic injunctions, that only becomes the truthful words, right? It should be pleasing, it should be beneficial, not agitating to others, right? It should be beneficial. Three things, whatever we are speaking, it should contain three things basically. The three goals should be, there, whatever we are speaking, right? Firstly, it should be pleasing, right? It should be pleasing to others. It should be beneficial, not just pleasing. Some gossip it is going on and it is pleasing to others, that is not good, right? One is pleasing but beneficial also. Will it benefit that person? Yes, then it should be spoken, and definitely from the Vedic intention, right? And it should not agitate. It should not be done to agitate them. For example, a teacher and a student is speaking. They can, a teacher can speak some words. It will not agitate the minds of them. But a teacher a student who is not no, or not a disciple of that teacher, or not a student of that teacher. So if he will speak to others, then the mind will be agitated. So the it should be pleasing, beneficial, not agitating to others. Also regularly reciting the Vedic language because it contains the truth. Whatever we will speak, we will speak just out of our mind. That is rubbish. If you speak out of the Vedic intention, that it becomes truthful, it becomes transcendental. Mind should be gravity in thought should be there, right? Something, some inference should be out of that thought, right? If it is beneficial, if it can be, it is doable, it is practical, and it can be realized, that is the gravity of the thought should be there. It should be serious, right? One should become grave in his life. Satisfaction should be, simplicity should be in the mind. He should be satisfied, should be content, right? But whatever one has, because we have got this karma body, and as per our karma, we deserve something that we have got, right? So it is just the mercy of the Lord, right? So simplicity and satisfaction should be there, and self control should be there in the mind, right? Self control comes from the mind, right? Purification of one's existence, whatever one should try to purify himself, right? Because we are in the conditioned state. If we are in the conditioned state, then we need to purify ourselves, right? That is what is being mentioned here. Deva Dvija Guru Pragna Pujanam Socham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
The
Krishna.
austerity of body consists in this: worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, the superior like the father and mother. Cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non violence are also austerity of the body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the austerity of the body is linked with the worshipping, right? The worshipping is should be the austerity. The body consists worshipping of the Supreme Lord, right? Right? Because for worshipping, there is this and our ISKCON temple. There are very some grahastha properties are also. So they come to the Mangal Aarti, and they do some altar seva also till 10:30 also, right? So the sleep time becomes very less, right? So worship of the Supreme Lord is also becoming some austerity, some penance is there, right? Because you are again and again sleeping at 10:30, and again waking up at the 3 o'clock, and going to the Mangal Aarti 10, it becomes austerity, right? Austerity of the body consists in this worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmana, the spiritual master, right? Some austerity will be there. Superiors like the right? Superiors like the father and mother. Cleanliness, austerity of the body will also contain from the outside also cleanliness, or from the inside also cleanliness, right? So purify your heart, right? Simplicity, simple dealing, celibacy, and non-violence, right? Austerity as penances of the body, offering the respect to the demigods, God, demigods, perfect qualified Brahman, spiritual master, and spiritual superiors like Father, Mother, any person conversant with the Vedic knowledge. That is the basic idea from that, right? External, internal cleansing of the body should be there. Simplicity in behavior should be there. Abstaining from doing anything not sanctioned by the scriptural injunction should be there. Abstinence of sex outside marriage, right? That is observance of celibacy. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat स्वाध्यायाभयसनं चैव वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Austerities of speech consist in speaking truthfully and beneficially and in avoiding speech that offends. One should also recite the Vedas regularly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So austerity of speech, right? Maharaj Yudhishthir, right? Always speaking truthful. Always speaking truthful and beneficial, and avoiding any speech that offends, right? One should not irritate the mind of others. Right? One should also recite the Vedas regularly, so that your speech becomes beneficial, speech becomes pleasing, your speech becomes truthful. When the Hare Krishna, you start the Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is the most supreme truth. It is beneficial for us and others, and it does not irritate any mind of others or us. It contains all the things, right? So that is the one part of the austerity. One should also recite the Vedas regularly. We can take one chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and regularly we can recite the shloka, and learn something from it, and do some read some translation purpose, right? That we can do. So once we should not irritate others' mind. But a teacher can be stern with his student, but not speak anything irritating the minds of others. Right? His student with him, he can speak, but with anything else, it will irritate someone. One should not talk nonsense. Right? Whatever said from the scripture must be authenticated by quotes from the scripture. Right? Whatever one is saying, you should quote. You should quote from the Bhagavad Gita, right, or Bhagavatam, or some scripture And this is so Srila Prabhupada always he used to quote, right? So that there is the backing, there is the authentication of the scripture, right? Talk should be very pleasurable, elevating in many ways. Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samsuddhir iti etad tapo manasam uchyate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And serenity, simplicity, gravity, self control, and purity of thought are the austerities of the mind. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So austerity, the serene should be there. The serene should be a person should be serene. Simplicity should be there. The dealing should be very simple, right? Anything one can reveal to the enemy. So he is very simple. He should be simple, simple as revealing anything to the enemies. Gravity should be there. His thought should be grave, not just nonsense or not just for love. It should be some grave thought, right? It is the urgency because we have got this one lifetime in which we have got one opportunity. We have come in contact with the Srila Prabhupada, right? So what we need to do now? We need to become great, right? We need to have some self control should be there. Purity of thought should be there. Our thoughts should be very pure. So we need to practice, right? So these are the austerities, right? These are the austerities one can think. Create. And it's not working. Right. So simplicity, simplicity on the text of simplicity is serene. How should be there. So that photo is basically depicting this story, right? So it comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, fourth chapter, fifth one. Shloka. While Srila Vyasdeva was following his son, beautiful young damsels were bathing naked over their bodies with cloth, although Sri Vyasdeva himself was not naked, but they had not done so when his son had passed, right? So they were covering their body with the cloth. But when his son, Srila Vyasdeva's son was Sukdev Goswami, when he passed basically, so they didn't cover their body with the cloth. But there is some reasons behind it. The sage inquired about this, and the young ladies replied that his son was purified, and when looking at them, made no distinction between male and female. Right. So that is the thought. That is the serenity. That is the great one can see in the Sukhdeva son. But the sage made such distinctions. Right. But the sage Shilavadeva, and this is male female. That is not our context to deal with why he should do that. But we need to see that how Sukdev Goswami was there. So in the purport, in Bhagavad Gita 5.18, it is said that a learned sage looks equally on a learned and a gentle Brahmana, a Chandala, a dog or a cow due to his spiritual vision. Right? Samadarshana Pandita. Srila Sukdev Goswami attained that stage. Thus, he did not see a male or female. He saw all living entities in different dresses. That's it. Right? This is the true nature. Right? Because a pure devotee sees the fact as it is. Right? Sees the things as it is. The ladies who were bathing could understand the mind of a man simply by studying his demeanor. Just as by looking at a child, one can understand how innocent he is, right? So one can understand like. So Sukhdev Goswami was a young boy, 16 years old, and therefore all the parts of his body were developed. He was naked also, and so were the ladies. But because Sukhdev Goswami was transcendental to sex relations, he appeared very innocent. Right? The ladies, by this special qualifications, could sense at this at once, and therefore they were not very concerned about him. But when his father passed, the ladies quickly dressed. The ladies were exactly like his children or grandchildren, yet they reacted to the presence of Vyasdeva according to the social custom, because Srila Vyasdeva played the part of a householder, right, as a grahastha, right. A householder has to distinguish between a male and a female. Otherwise, he cannot be a householder. One should therefore attempt to know the distinction between body and soul without any attachment for male and female. Right? So this is the we are trying to we need to understand the philosophy, right? So as long as such distinction is there, one should not try to become a sannyasi like Sukhdev Goswami, right? As far as we are distinction, we cannot even try, even attempt to become like Sukhdev Goswami, right? So at least theoretically, one must be convinced that a living entity is neither male or female. At least we should know the philosophy, right? The outward dress is made of matter by material nature to attract the opposite sex and thus keep one entangled in material sex. So it is basically the play of Maya only, right? So that we are trapped here, right? A liberated soul is above this perverted distinction. It does not distinguish between one living being and another. For him, they are all one and the same spirit. The perfection of the spiritual vision is the liberated stage. And Srila Sukdev Goswami attained that stage. Srila Visdeva was also in that transcendental stage. But because he was in the householder's life, he did not pretend to be a liberated soul as a matter of that's it. Right? So we need to understand the philosophy, how simplicity and how sanity should be there. Right? So this is the history behind it. To detach, austerity is like austerity on the mind of it should be detach it from sense gratification, right? The mind austerity, one should be detached from the sense gratification. Always thinking of doing good for others, right? Not for ourselves, for others. When we satisfy Lord's senses, why how we satisfy Lord's senses? By serving others. Right? The Lord gets satisfied, right? Gravity in thought should be there. Always situate in Krishna consciousness, divert the mind to Vedic literatures full of stories of the Puranas and the Mahabharata. Right? Rid the mind of duplicity. Always think about the welfare of all. Right? In silence, always contemplate on self-reflection. Right? What stage, after meditation you can think that at what stage I am chanting it. How I am chanting. How you can record even your chanting and you can see. So various contemplate on the self-reflection one can do. Purify existence through straightforwardness and dealings. So, as far as we are keeping the bhakti simple, it will be श्रद्धया परया तप्तं तपस्तत्त्रि विधं नरे अफलाकांक्षिभिः ते सात्विकं परिचक्षते. हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण. पूर्वा माता जी, हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This threefold austerity practiced by men whose aim is not to benefit themselves materially but to please the Supreme is of the nature of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the mode of goodness has the austerity. How threefold austerity? The threefold austerity, right? So the practice by man whose aim is not to benefit themselves, right? Rather materially, but to please the Supreme. Right? They want to just to please the Supreme, right? So Vrindavan Parikrama to please the Supreme, Govardhan Parikrama to please the Supreme, Mayapur Parikrama to please the Supreme, not for themselves. Then these threefold, this is the basically mode of goodness one is doing this austerity. सत्कारमनपुच्छर्थं तपोदम्भेन चैव यत् क्रियते तत् प्रोक्तं राजसंचल अध्रुवम्.
Hare Krishna. Those ostentatious penances and austerities which are performed in order to gain respect, honor, and reverence are said to be in the mode of passion. They are neither stable nor permanent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So just out of performing some katha, some kirtan and something like that, just to gain some respect. honor and reverence, because one will only know from the heart itself, right? One is doing it for the respect, honor, reverence. And what it will be? It will be like the mode of passion, right? One should be situated in mode of the goodness, right? Just to please the Lord. If we are doing chanting, then it is in the mode of goodness. If we are doing it for ourselves, then this is mode of passion. If we are doing it for purifying ourselves, then it's fine, right? That is fine. That does not come into it because it is transcendental, right? But if one is some wanting something out of it, then it is basically mode of passion. But yes, it will purify that thought also, right? It takes time, but that thought is also purified by the Hare Krishna. Because it is, we are already in the ICU, right? So in the ICU, some heavy injections are being given by this, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? So all these austerity finances, doing in the mode of passion are not at all permanent, right? They are basically temporary. Whatever one is trying to gain from it, if he thinks, then then if he doesn't know that the Lord is the controller, the Lord is the creator, the Lord is the maintainer, then he will go on doing it, and he will be wanting temporary. But when one knows that the Lord is the maintainer, controller, creator, then he will leave everything, right, to the Lord, right? He will take care, right? No, like when Bhishma in the Mahabharata, what he did, he after 9 days, what happened? Every day, they used to come and say to Bhishma, "Hey, what are you doing? You are killing every day 10,000 soldiers, but not a single Pandava has died right now." Right? So he said, "Okay, these are my 5 arrows, for each Pandava. Tomorrow I will kill them all." Right? So this Krishna was already seeing this. So so when after some time, what Krishna took to become an imposter of a dasi, and similarly Draupadi also took some clothes and went to the Bhishma, and and she was taking the blessings of the Bhishma. He said Saubhagyavati Bhava, and then the Draupadi said that you said Saubhagyavati Bhava on the one hand, that my husband shall not be killed, and on the other side you have said that you will kill them all. How this is Bhishma, right? How this you have the Bhishma Patigya, but you are saying two things at a time, right? So so after that, the Bhishma said, you have Krishna with you, so nothing to worry about. Similarly, Krishna then went to the Pandava that see, Bhishma has taken the 5 arrows, they will now kill you, right? And you are all sleeping. So they wake up and said that Krishna, you are already there with us. So how we will be killed, right? You are already with us. So this is the conviction. This is the confidence. This is the faith one has. If Krishna is on your side, nothing will happen. So Krishna's name and Krishna is equivalent, right? So Srila Prabhupada has given us the Krishna's name, and Krishna's name is equivalent to Krishna. Krishna's name is with you. Nothing is more needed, right? Because there is no difference between Krishna's name and Krishna, right? So Hare Krishna is equivalent to Krishna only, right? So one says that I cannot contact God. No, that's rubbish. You are daily contacting the Lord, and you are saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This itself, each letter, each word is Krishna. Hare is also Krishna, Krishna is also Krishna, Ram is also Krishna, right? Everything is the Lord, right? So that is the basically one should have that. Yes, He is with you, so not to worry. मूढग्रहणेन आत्मना यत् हृदय क्रियते तपः परेषु साधनार्थं वा तामसम् उदार्थं हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. And those penances and austerities which are performed foolishly by means of obstinate and self-torture, or to destroy or injure others, are said to be in the mood of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Like this, the Hiranyakashipu, right? Hiranyakashipu, what he used to do, he used to heavy penance, self-torture, not mentioned in the scriptures also, right? Doing out a mood of ignorance. And yes, then Brahma had to come, so that it doesn't spoil body mind, right? So very grave tapasya he is doing, not mentioned in the. So that is just foolish. Self-torture one is doing just to destroy or injure others. Like that kind of one is killing, some animal killing is going on, and then they are saying that some they are doing some austerity and penance in it. So that is all rubbish, right? Not mentioned in the scripture. Then in the Kali Yuga, it is also not applicable also. So even if it is for animal sacrifice was there, then it is not recommended in the Kali Yuga itself. So it is all rubbish, right? So it is all in the mode of ignorance, right? So penances, austerities executed to attract people or receive honor, respect, and worship from others are in the mode of passion, just to just to satisfy our senses only, our ego only. If we are doing that, that is mode of passion. Such persons are arranged to be worshipped by subordinates, letting them wash their feet and receive. And that is all they want. Some ego satisfaction. So massage is there. So Hiranyakashipu performed austere penances to become immortal and kill the right. Last section is charity. Two sections more. Charity in the moodness and the moods. What are the charities? Tatpayam iti yaddanam diyate nupakarini deshikale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam smatam.
Hare Krishna. That gift which is given out of duty at the proper time and place to a worthy person and without expectation of return is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
So the charity should be also in discrimination, right? Srila Prabhupada says the charity should be given out of some discrimination should be there. That gift which is out of duty one is at a proper time and place one should also show a worthy person to and without expectation of the return. But we are giving about everyone. The Vaishnavas are very merciful. Because they are not going because they say that someone says that why ISKCON is such a holy book it is there, why they are giving it on the roads, right? So the question is the various various Gita stalls are Gita praise stalls are there. Even in the stations also you will see Gita praise stalls, right? No one is there on the Gita praise stall, but everyone is there on the in some restaurant, right? Everyone wants sense gratification, right? No one will go to the ISKCON book place and matchless gifts. No one will go. Only devotee will go. Rather, no one will go. So basically, the basically who is and who the thirsty who is there, he is not coming into the well, so the well is going to the thirsty. So Vaishnavas are there, so they are very merciful. That's why Nityanand Prabhu used to go each and every house, right? Say at least one time Hare Krishna, that the dangerous situation one is saved from, not going to the animal life, right? So without expectation return, no expectation return is there, right? The charity on the mode of should be given to spiritual activities, right? And no spiritual advancement when done indiscriminately, right? Indiscriminately punishment, no charity spiritual advancement may be done to the poor only on grounds of compassion, right? Just out of compassion, yes, food for life is there, right? First one will eat, then only he will understand what is spirituality, right? So out of compassion. Done on pilgrimage, eclipses, end of the month to a qualified Brahmana, Vaishnava, and temples very auspicious should be given without any expectation, even aspirations for heavenly planets. And that should also not come to should never be followed by regrets. And if it is regret, then mode of ignorance, right? Should always be done in the mode of goodness only. Charity and goodness as the duty given out of duty without expectation of return at a proper time and place and to a worthy. यत्तु प्रात्युपाकरथं फलम् उद्दिश्य वा पुनः एते च परिक्लिष्टं तद्दानं राजसंस्मृतम्.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. But charity performed with the expectation of some return or with a desire for fruitive results or in a grudging mood is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna.
Now this is the correct photo of the Kali Yuga, right? Some charity it is being done, and some with some photo and posting on the internet, some for some likes and all they do. This is all their expectation. Some expectation, some return is there out of the charity also. The desire, some desire of fruitive results should be. The one is doing punya one is doing so that he can go to the heavenly planet. That is the desire, right? Grudging mood is there, right? That is the mode of action, right? Charity in passion, expectation of some return, right? Some desire of fruitive results, and in the grudging mood. Rishikale yaddanam आपत्तेभ्यश्च दीयते असक्कतम अवज्ञानतम तत्ता तामसम उदरतम. Hare Krishna. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. And charity performed at an improper place and time and given to unworthy persons without respect and with Contempt means charity in the mode of ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So improper charity is given to the someone who is taking this weed, right? He's taking some weed, some ganja is taking, someone is taking alcohol, right? He needs some money and you are giving him, right? So that is just improper place and time, unworthy persons and without respect and contempt in charity. So that is just mode of ignorance. So bound by the charity at improper place and worthy person, no proper attention, no proper respect at impure place. That is the out of right. The conclusion is Om Tat Sat. Now that we will learn. Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho brahmana stri vidasmataha brahmanastena vedascha yagnascha vitapura. Hare. Translation. From the beginning of creation, the three words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the supreme absolute truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas while chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the supreme. Right? So since the beginning the three words, right? It was given by Brahma, right, in order to indicate the supreme personality body, right? So these three representation, basically these are all three the goals only, and all three are the goals only. Om is also the goal, right? That is the Lord himself. Tat is also the goal. Sat is also the goal, right? Sat is eternal, right. So Om Tat Sat, these three symbolic representation are used by Brahmanas by chanting the hymns of Vedas, right? Everything Om Tat Vishnu they used to chant, right? And doing sacrifice for satisfaction the Vishnu, that's supreme, right? All these penances, charities, and foods are divided into three types based on the modes, right? Hence, all these are conditioned and contaminated, right? So, if it is it is based on modes, then it will be conditioned in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. Only when aimed at the supreme Om Tat Sat, they elevate one spiritually, right? If it is not aimed at the supreme, then everything, whatever activity we are doing, it is under the influence of Maya. All charities, sacrifices, and penances should be done uttering Om Tat Sat. Qualifies the performance to be in the mode of goodness, spiritualizing them. Right? This is Krishna consciousness, enabling one to return home back to Godhead. Right? So everything should be done uttering Om Tat Sat. How we are reciting Om Tat Sat by Hare Krishna. It is equivalent, right? तस्मादोम इति उद्धत्य यज्ञदानतपक्रिया प्रवर्तन्ते विधानोक्ता सततं ब्रह्मवादिनां. Translation.
Hare Krishna. Thus the transcendentalist undertakes sacrifices, charities, and penances, beginning always with Om to attain the supreme. Hare Krishna. Om ite ittat Brahmano Nedistham. Nama indicates the first goal. Om means Vishnu. It is placed at the beginning of the Vedic hymn to indicate the supreme goal. Hare Krishna.
So there are three goals in Om Tat Sat. All are the goals only. Om is also the goal. The Tat is also Krishna goal. Sat is also the eternal, right? He is also the goal. Thus the transcendentalist undertakes sacrifices, charities, services, beginning always with the Om. Om syllable. Om Urvasa, right? Om Urvasa Gayatri mantra is there, right? Om Namah Shivaya is there. Various mantras. The starting itself is the Om, right? One See, from the Om Namah Shivaya, the devotees of the Shiva also, they start with the Om. Om is himself, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? To attain the Supreme. Om iti etad brahmano nidishtam nama. It is coming from there, right? Indicates the first goal. Om means Vishnu. It is placed at the beginning of the Vedic hymns, right? To indicate the supreme goal. Because in the starting only you will say, what is my goal, right? So Om is my goal. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the goal. So Vedic scriptures are direct. They straight away say the fact, right? So whatever mantra is there, they start with the without tat iti anabhikshandhyaya phalam yagna tapakriyaya dana kriyascha vivitha kriyante moksha kankshibhihi. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes, ma'am.
Without desiring fruitive results, one should perform various kinds of sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word touch. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from material entanglement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. without any desires, future results, all perform sacrifices, penances, charity with the word tat, right? So what we the bhokta ram tagya tapasa, right? So everything has to be given for the tat, right? For the word tat should be. The purpose of such transcendent activities is to get free from material and because one is basically doing swaha into the bhoktaram yajna tapasana. So everything is belongs to the Lord, right? From everything it is going to the Lord. So tat, that's why the sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word tat should be performed. One should, the purpose of such transcendental is to get free from the material entanglement. Tat is tat tvam asi, Chandogya Upanishad 20.7. Tat describes detached work for the sake of liberation. That means getting detached, right? Getting detached from material entanglement for the sake of liberation. Now, these activities are done regardless of material results. So that is the meaning of the word tat. तद्भावे साधु भावे च सत् इति एतत् प्रयुज्यते पश्यति कर्मणि तथा तच्छा धा पार्थ युज्यते यज्ञे तपसि दाने च स्थिति सत् इति चोच्यते कर्म चैव तद् अर्थीयं सत् इति एव भिद्यते. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare, Hare Krishna. The absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice and it is indicated by the word Sat. The performer of such sacrifice is also called Sat, as are all works of sacrifice, penance, and charity, which, which, true to the absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person, O Son of Pratha. Hare Krishna.
So it is also coming from the Chandogya Upanishad 6.2.1. Sat eva Soumya. Sat means eternal, right? Eternal activities done for service of the Lord. It is eternal. Bhakti is eternal, right? Whatever bhakti one is doing, it is eternal. So devotional service is also eternal, right? They reveal this true spiritual nature. In such activity, the performer of actions becomes eternal. The activities are aimed at the eternal, right? And the benefits of the activities are eternal. So everything becomes eternal. So Om Tat Sat. Sat means eternal. The activities are also eternal. The benefits are also eternal. The performance of the actions are also become eternal. Everything is become eternal, right? Prashade Karmani is prescribed duties, right? So Sat is basically prescribed duties. There are many purificatory processes from the time of conception to the end of one's life. These are meant for the ultimate liberation of the living entity, right? Whatever the Vedas is recommended, it is ultimately the goal is Supreme Personality Godhead, right? To get liberated from this world. Uttering Om Tat Sat is very auspicious, hence recommended during their performance. Sadbhave is acting in Sattva, Krishna consciousness, and Sadhu Bhave, Sadhu, devotee, is one who is fully conscious of the activities of Krishna consciousness. Transcendental matters become very clear in association of the devotees, right? So if there is association of devotees, then it becomes, then the transcendental matters can be cleared. The doubts can be cleared in the on the subject of transcendental matters. Tatam Prasanga is without good association and cannot achieve transcendental knowledge. So Sadhu Sangha is very necessary. One says that only I will read the book, then you will understand nothing. Only the knowledge one has, the experience one has, that much he can understand. But above that, what is the truth behind it? Without Sadhu Sangha, you cannot, survive the bhakti, right? One will definitely fall down. When initiating a person or offering, the sacred thread, Om Tat Sat, is vibrated. In performance of yajna, the object is the supreme Om Tat Sat. Tat Ahartyam means offering service to anything which represents the Supreme, including the cooking prasadam and helping in the Lord's temple, broadcasting the glories of the Lord, anything. It's Tat Ahartyam, offering to the Lord. Om Tat Sat are sacred words used to perfect all activities, making them complete. Right? So factually, the transcendental sound Omkara, although a combination of the three letters A, U, and M, has transcendental potency, right? And one who chants Omkara will very soon realize Omkara and Lord Vishnu to be non-different. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, right? And the new Maharaj, always chanting regularly, with one tone, with one, basically one tone and continuous, without break. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, similar to Prahlad Maharaj. So definitely they will attain the Akarinochyate Krishna Sarva Loke Kanayaka. Ukarinochyate Radha Ma Karo Jiva Vachaka. Akarinochyate Krishna, the letter A Akara refers to Krishna, who is Sarva Lokeka Nayaka. He is the Nayak of all the Lokas, right? The master of the all living entities and planets, material and spiritual. Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, right? Mata Sarvam Pramanti. The letter U indicates Srimati Radharani, right? A is Krishna, U is Radharani, the pleasure potency of the Krishna, right? The energy of the Lord. M is indicates the living entity. So everything, everything becomes eternal. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela it comes from. Let's go. Last shloka. Ashadhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam katam chayat asaditi uchyate partha nacha tat etai no hi aha. Hare Krishna. Translation,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
But sacrifices, austerities, and charities performed without faith in the Supreme are non-permanent. O son of Pritha, regardless of whatever rites are performed, they are called asat and are useless both in this life and next. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So without any faith, nothing can. Without the Shraddha, no sadhu sangha, no bhajan kriya, no anatrivrati, no asakti, nothing will come. No nishtha will come. Nothing will come, right? If the Shraddha is there, Shraddhavan varite yomam. If the Shraddha is not there, nothing will come. So sacrifices, austerities, charities performed without faith in the Supreme are non-permanent, because one is not having faith, right? One is not having, so whatever sacrifice one is doing for something prakriti, something he is doing, right, it is all going to waste, right? So regardless, son of Pratha, regardless of whatever rites are performed, one is performing, anything, but he does not believe in the Lord. What is the benefit of, what is the benefit, right? Without faith, what is the benefit? Nothing. It is permanent, it is non-permanent. One is performing some puja and he is not having any faith in the Supreme, then what will happen? That it will not be permanent. One will think that that is what is happening in the world right now. You see that many people are doing the pujas and all. Are they having some faith in the Supreme? No. Even the atheists, you see that they are doing out of the foundation of the family, they do some puja. They don't have any faith in the Lord. Right? So that the result are non-permanent. They are called asat and are useless both in this life and the next. Because the provider is the Krishna. He has provided you everything, and you are saying that he is not the supreme. That is just foolishness, right? That is just foolishness. So one is practicing that, right? He is the God. He has given you everything. Suppose one is, it is like saying that he is not my father, but he's saying his own father that he is not my father. So that is speaking like, so it is all rubbish, right? So useless. It becomes, the life becomes useless basically. So we should be thankful that we should, at least we are starting, we have started to become at least a devotee, right? At least in this life, at least we can try to become not a pure devotee, but just a devotee. Sacrifice, charity, and penance done without transcendence in focus is useless and abominable. Everything should be done for the Supreme in Krishna consciousness under proper guidance. Right? Spiritual master is very necessary. Vedic scriptures proclaim faith in the Supreme is most important. Right? Shraddha, sadhu, sangha, bhajan, kriya. Right? Faith is the most. Everything starts with the faith. The goal of all Vedic instructions is the understanding of Krishna. Austerities done in goodness are better than those in modes of passion and ignorance. And the goodness only when it is doing, then it is better, and rather than doing in passion ignorance. Best are the performance in Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is above these modes, right? Above these modes. So it is better to become Krishna conscious. Right? So they are transcended into three modes. Conditioned people worship demigods, ghosts, or yakshas like Kubera, elevating gradually. Important message of this chapter is faith in the Supreme can develop under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, right? Because bona fide spiritual master is not there, then who will show you the darshana? Who will show you the truth, right? Who will show you the truth, that how, what is the faith, how the faith should develop, how the conviction will come. Matured faith transforms into love, right? Then the prema will come, right? It is the last stage. Such love is the ultimate goal of the living entity, right? Always blissful, right? One who is saying that he doesn't want to be happy, he's just a foolish. He's saying rubbish. No, he's saying rubbish that I don't want to be happy, I need to leave it. Then what do you want to leave everything for? Right? Everyone wants peace and everyone wants happiness. That is the goal of life. right? Everyone wants happiness, right? We just, the devotee just not want. He's the he wants every time he wants the most. He wants the highest happiness, right? He doesn't compromise for little happiness, right? He doesn't want, right? Okay, this happiness, 5 minutes happiness, 10 minutes happiness, 1 year happiness. He doesn't want, right? He wants eternal happiness, right? So the goal is very high. The goal is very high. The benchmark of the devotee is very high. He says simple living and high thinking, right? That is the goal. Hare Krishna. With this chapter, we conclude that what were the what are the faiths or do not believe in the Lord, what are their food, what are the sacrifices, austerity, charity, and finally the conclusion, the goal, the Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Okay, any doubt on today's chapter? Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful chapter, Prabhuji. Very beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
All
so much.
applicable.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
All applicable, Mataji. All I am just vomiting whatever it is written on the book or my guru has said.
No, Prabhuji, your
Like,
slides are also so beautiful. I mean, we don't get actually enough time to go through it, but it's really
yes,
beautiful, very well made, Prabhuji.
yes, Mataji.
Very nice.
Actually,
We are truly
temple has
blessed.
made Mataji. Temple has made it, Mataji. I am not made it. They have done beautiful
We
work.
are truly blessed, Prabhuji. Every day you are devoting time. We may skip some time. I have missed so many classes, Prabhuji, but you are there every day. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We are so blessed, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I mean, thank you
Both
is
are
not
learning,
enough.
Mataji. The teacher and student both are learning. Everyone is learning here, Mataji. Just
Prabhuji,
exchanging some thoughts, Mataji.
yeah, Prabhuji, Om Tat Sat should be spoken after the activity or before the activity?
Before the activity, Mataji. Before the activity.
Before.
It's not for us, Mataji. It's just for, just the knowledge is there, Mataji. You have the knowledge already. We have Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Nothing more than whatever, even the yagna which we are performing, Mataji. It is on the basis is just Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Even you go to the, because this is Kali Yuga, na Mataji. The basis is always the mantra, Mataji. Whatever yagna is also doing, whatever worshipping we are doing, the base is always the Nam Sankirtana Yagna. That is the basis. We temple also perform yagnas, right? The fire yagnas, they do all that, but on the basis of the Nam Sankirtana. If it is not there, nothing is there. If we apply some tilika and we don't say Om Keshwaya Namah, nothing is there in the tilika, Mataji. The power is in the Om Keshwaya Namah that we say, and then we apply the tilak, then it has the power. And Yamduta will not come to us. Right? Just
Very
like
good.
that. Hare
And
Krishna.
Prabhuji, yeah,
Yes,
Hare
Mata.
Krishna. And Prabhuji, if one is not initiated, one is not does not have the guru, so will it still be chanting the Harinam mantras? Will also be applicable? Like, will it have the same effect as
Yes,
those
yes,
who
Mata.
have the gurus?
Yes, Mata. Yes. Same effect, Mata. Nothing, because initiation is, when the Prabhupada had the disciples, they also they had same doubts, right? That like some, so he said that this is just a formality. The initiation one is becomes initiated when from the heart he starts following. That day he has become initiated only because some guru he has following, right? That's why he's convinced right now. So he has already the guru. Just the formality to meet the guru and become initiated is there. Because if one starts following, he is initiated already. Right? And Hare Krishna Mahamantra is already has the power. He doesn't need to have some initiated one. But initiation is necessary for getting some, some tapas one, to come closer to the Krishna. The second initiation, which is a Brahmana Diksha Matari, that is basically you will learn in the ISKCON disciplic course that is basically formally one is getting into the Guru Parampara. Formally. Harinam Diksha is not so much, but it is you get the blessings of the Guru, right? You can feel some, you can have some. Suppose you are not able to do some austerity or some penance due to something, but but when you get initiated, that penance or that austerity become very easy, right? Very easy. So it is
Haripur.
like that, Mataji. You can feel that you can. It is all experience, Mataji. You can experience only that is all self-realization. Only you can do. So initiation, but it is initiation should be done, Mataji, because we are all conditioned, no? cannot
Yes.
control many things directly.
Mm.
We need some help, Mother. That should be accepted by us, that we cannot do anything by ourselves. If you
True.
accept that, then it becomes a little easy.
Yes, true, Prabhuji. True, very true.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
पांचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि